Postin Tuo, Padayoka Thinglu. Pate Seka Kisa, Heti Humanisa, Tiawen Tawat Posti Laticon. Postin Tuo, Padayoka Thinglu. Kun on amuvoro, laula lintukuro, siloin patean elininon. Rejoice! Welcome to the Postman Pat podcast featuring me, Tulkas Valiant, and Button Schwartz, Michael.
Hello.
And our host, Icefox2K!
Hi, I'm Meroka. Icefox2K isn't with us today, so I'll be standing in for him. Welcome to the annual Button Mash podcast, I believe.
Yeah, it is annual at this point, yes.
It has been...
It's because we're too busy fighting off lawsuits for songs that may or may not be fringing on copyright.
Also, I feel like a song that I've heard somewhere before. I don't know if it was on a podcast, though.
Nope, not on the podcast.
You may remember it from a children's classic. I'm just trying to remember which cartoon it was.
Oh, I certainly know the cartoon, and I believe it to be the Finnish version of said cartoon, but... I thought for sure he'd used that before. No?
I don't know. I don't think I have.
Fair enough.
Oh,
maybe not, maybe not. You've definitely sung it on some video that I've tried to record in the past. I know that to be true.
I know I have, but I don't think it's been a podcast thing.
Okay, fair enough. I'll let that go.
I felt like... So that's the Finnish version of the intro for Postman Pat. And I thought it was appropriate because over the past 2 months, quite a lot of parcels have flown across the Atlantic.
Ah, yes, you received our parcel then from these good old
That happened in the interim since the last podcast, I guess, yeah.
I received a podcast from the Finn, and then a podcast from the Easterling, and then I sent a podcast to the parcel even instead of podcast. And then I sent the
You sent a podcast and a parcel.
Yep.
Yeah. So there, isn't that cool? That's weird in my It's Our Special song. The song of our love.
Fair enough. Right, well...
Tell the good people what you got sent, Tulkas.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I got sent penguins. They're so cool. They're so cool. My mother actually brought me back some penguins from Scotland. I have them right here. You can see them. They're the penguins that I just ruffled. And there's a penguin in my hand right now. And it says, okay, question. What do you call a happy penguin?
I don't know. What do you call a happy penguin?
A penguin. Get it? Yeah, it's so cool.
Is the camera picking up a slow clap?
I think it did.
Yeah. It's like milk, chocolate-covered biscuit bar filled with chocolate cream, ingredients filled with chocolate, 29% sugar, cocoa bean, butter, cocoa mass, dried skimmed milk, tried to whey milk, butter oil, vegetable fats, and stuff.
Tulkas.
Ooh, a registered trademark of United Biscuits, UK Limited.
I feel obliged to point out that all of the chocolate bars available for purchase.
Tulkas, what I'm mostly not getting here is why do you have a penguin? How is it not being consumed?
Oh, my mother brought me penguins from Scotland. These aren't your penguins.
I know, but still, unless you brought them literally like 2 minutes ago, I was under the impression they should have been consumed.
My mother is worried about my mother didn't want me to, become fat or whatever. See, basically the problem is that, as you know me, Meroka, you know that if I'm given, like 200 penguins, if I will eat them all in one night. So, yeah, there have been limits imposed on penguins. It's bad.
Got penguin rationing enforced in Indiana today.
Yeah, the penguin rationing.
All right.
So yummy. Ooh, I'm gonna eat a penguin while you do the intro.
Does anyone remember how to do an intro?
Meroka, it's so hot in my room that the penguin has melted all over the wrapper, so I get to lick off the wrapper. This is gonna be so cool. I wish that we had a webcam so y'all could see me licking the chocolate off this wrapper.
I think the internet just breathed a sigh of relief.
I think that becomes a very different kind of internet site.
Although, to be fair, keeping it relevant to the news, there is a section of Twitch for that now.
Wow.
Which I believe...
Are you Team Penguin, Lars?
Eating whatever you so desire. If you wanted to dedicate a channel to eating penguin bars and sensually licking the wrappers for the audience to watch, that could be your thing.
Isn't that a massive thing in Japan?
I think there is literally a site that's set up kind of like camgirling, but with food. I thought it was China, but it might be Japan. It sounds like it would be more Japan.
But they don't have penguins in the West. Why would you eat something that isn't a penguin?
I don't know. That's a mystery that will elude us forever, Tulkas.
Penguins, it's like, someone took the essence of meal, a euphemism that you may interpret however you like, and distilled it into this chocolate bar. Now I'm eating it. It's like meal, it's like quartz, it's like everything I could ever dream in one chocolate bar.
I wouldn't try eating Neil or quartz. That's likely to get you in trouble in more than one way. Both digestive and legal trouble.
I'm eating the essence of meal.
Okay. Well, yeah, the Twitch thing, I mean, it's weird because they have, recently implemented the whole weird camgirl tipping thing. It's like, hey, if you want to see me eat a penguin, tip 5 tokens or whatever.
This is so
we are
good,
missing
man.
out.
I know, I'm quite tempted to jump on that bandwagon, actually, just because to segue into a video game I've been playing a little bit.
So good.
A good segue.
Penguin. This is so good, man.
I would like to start a Twitch channel where I just make cocktails and sit and drink cocktails.
We've discussed this previously, haven't we?
Have I?
Yes, we were trying to discuss it, but yeah. Isn't that when we were on the ting?
On the ting? Was this talking about video games and cocktails, or was it just literally just sitting in front of a webcam drinking cocktails? Because this is basically the premise here. It's like, Twitch is like now, hey, we want people to eat things on camera, and I'm like, well, cocktails are a thing that's not really eaten, but hey, it goes in my mouth and therefore it counts. Interpret that how you want. That's also a thing that happens on camgirl shows. What do you know?
Be careful what you put into Google, kids. That's all I'm going to say.
So yeah, there's a weird overlap between Twitch and a lot of other slightly more adult industries these days. And I think there's a niche for cocktails and penguins on it now. Which is also weird because the whole sensual licking penguins thing, interpret that how you will,
Pengu will never be the same again in my eyes.
I mean, Twitch put the guidelines in a while back against playing games in a state of undress, if you will, which was kind of them taking steps to, it's like, some of our audience are kind of using this as a kind of a cam show site thing, and we're not liking that, so they kind of, like, we're just going to ban anybody who gets topless on camera now. But, yeah, no, I feel like the food thing, that's a fetish, right? And it's crossing some weird lines, okay? That's all I can say on it.
My fingers are sticking, so I can't press the push to talk button instead.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with people who just want to watch people eat, but yes, Twitch has social eating. Social eating is the official term for it. Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, welcome to the Button Mash Podcast. We talk about food and Twitch and video games and video game accessories sometimes, I guess. Once every 3 months, I think.
We do a podcast every 3 months.
It is actually when the podcast goes out tomorrow. It will actually be 3 months to the day since the last podcast went out, or the last podcast of this format.
Okay, good.
Not counting episode 68, which was recorded in front of a no pro in a hostel room somewhere on the other side of the Atlantic.
We were tired.
A little bit. You were tired. I was all right. So yeah, we've got about. So what have we played in the last 3 months? Let's catch up on that. So we'll be here for the next 5 hours while we talk about what we've played over the last 3 months. Michael, what have you played in the last 3 months?
A lot
or recently,
tabletop.
just vaguely, generally, recently.
Yeah. Okay. Recently, I have migrated from Football Manager 2014 to Football Manager 2016.
You jumped 2 years. My God.
Yes, I'm crazy like that. I'm crazy like a fox.
What happened to 2015? Does 2015 not exist?
You're crazy, like an ice fox. Ooh!
Yeah, he's not here today. We've been over that.
Basically, I didn't think there were enough changes in the previous edition, but there were enough changes to justify the purchase.
Ah, fair enough.
I mean, I won't go too much into it because it's pretty much similar to any other time I've talked about Football Manager on this podcast. So it's just like, I win football games. Yay.
Is it functionally different, or is it just there are different footballers in it?
It's a lot sharper, actually. It runs a bit more smoothly. They've prettied it up very nicely. It's a tot with a heart now.
Okay, well,
If that's a good video game analogy.
I guess.
I'm doing okay. I'm solidly mid-table, as they say.
Fair enough. I get the people that play ridiculous quantities of it, which kind of justifies the cost of buying it each year. But at the same time, if literally the only change a game could possibly justify was, hey, some of the players that were in the game don't play anymore, so they're not in this version, and there are new players that are playing the game now, so that they're in this version. I don't know. I would feel a little cheated by that. So yeah, at least nice to know they do something.
It's why I tend to buy these games. Not every year, but it's like every couple of years. So there's enough.
Probably a good strategy.
I mean, it depends. I mean, you know, people that sometimes buy FIFA or the latest edition of a game year upon year. So it depends what you're looking for in games, I suppose.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah. FIFA, they always sound like they're adding a bunch of new features. They're like, look, you can see the grass blades wave this year. Or something like that.
Which is important.
That is important.
You want to see where the football is going.
Yeah, you need to calculate exactly how the ball is going to bounce off that blade of grass.
Soccer ball.
Get out.
You've been told. He's actually gone. He's actually gone.
I hurt his feelings.
Okay, well, he's back.
He's back. Hey. I'm only messing you, Tulkas. No, I love you.
Soccer ball.
A lot of things I'm playing at tabletop, really. I played a game recently called The Sheriff of Nottingham.
Okay, do tell.
It's essentially a bluffing game where...
Oh, another one.
Yeah, essentially the idea that you're in Nottingham when you're trying to sneak illegal goods in past the sheriff. So you've got a bag and you put in the cards of the... And you can declare, oh yeah, there's 3 cheeses in there, and then it's like a negotiation bluff trying to convince the person that's the sheriff that you're not trying to sneak in the crossbow and the mace. And
I think I've heard of this. Yeah, that vaguely rings a bell now. It sounds kind. I don't. At first, when you said it's a bluffing game, I was like, oh, so it's Secret Hitler / werewolf / whatever again. But that mechanic almost seems more like Liar's Dice kind of thing.
It's a little bit Liar's Dicey. I can see the thing because there is actually a physical bag, so it's more getting in. There's a points tally at the end because you're trying to become like the king of apples or the king of cheese at the same time. You're trying to sneak these things in.
I want to be the king of cheese.
Listen, being the king of cheese is a great title.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've also recently tried Elder Sign. It's a bit of the idea of Cthulhu where it's a bit like Pandemic, if you remember playing that.
Yes,
it's where you're trying to stop something from happening, but you're basically trying to stop a monster from awaking before the clock strikes 12.
Yeah, I mean, within board games, you kind of seem to see there's like only kind of like there's generally a sort of set number of things that kind of exist, and a lot of things are just that thing with a different skin on it. So this is this is Cthulhu skinned Pandemic, is it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean,
it's fun. It's a very enjoyable game.
Because I mean, I didn't play Pandemic until after we'd already played that, was it Forbidden Desert or whatever it was called, which in retrospect is now just it's Pandemic with kind of a steampunk deserty skin on it. Yeah, it's again the same game. but just a bit visually different.
It was a while ago, but I quite like that Battle of the Bands game that you and I played not too long ago.
Oh yeah, that's one a lot of people aren't going to be familiar with. That is a game that a friend of a friend developed.
This is very obscure.
And only launched like about a month ago, and the game board is literally screen printed onto a T-shirt, which you can wear if you so choose
quality,
to. Yeah. But it does make a very good playing surface, to be entirely fair to it.
That worked.
Actually, yeah, all credit to them. That was pretty unique.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's difficult to explain, but
it's one of those things that can. I feel like it can ruin friendships, and feel like it almost did during the demonstration game we had played. Which was Christ, this is a demonstration.
It got very tense towards the end. I will give you that.
It's a personality problem, I think, which is probably one of the few criticisms I would level at Secret Hitler as well, which is to say, if you have one really strong personality in the group, they can and often will just talk down everybody else. In Secret Hitler, if one person talks louder and more prominently than everybody else, they will control the flow of the game.
I'm not sure. The thing about that, though, is that in both the Co-optional Lounge and in our games, Total Biscuit and Fixer both sort of adopt the role.
I would have said that, yeah.
Yeah, the person controlling things. But the thing is that just makes them more of a target. I mean, Fixer is always a target, and I'm always a target. Things
usually, generally, broadly speaking, kind of go in the direction that they're steering it, but the problem is the players have literally no idea whether they have any idea of whether they're steering it correctly or not, and oftentimes they might not as well, so...
I mean, part of the thing is that Fixer generally has a better idea of what's going on than I do, so...
I mean, that game, by nature of its obfuscation of literally everything, means that doesn't necessarily break the game, but I do think maybe it makes it a lesser experience for the other players who kind of relegated to having to sit back and shut up and play the game while everybody
it's not.
I do agree with that analysis. I mean, part of the problem for me is that every time I come up for election, everyone just votes me down, so I never actually get to play the game.
Because you do so much ridiculous stuff. You are an agent of chaos, and you're probably Hitler.
I always play rationally. I just want to play the game, Aaron. Why can't I play the game?
And therein we see the problem. Yeah. But yeah, the one game we played, Battle of the Bands, it was mainly the guy who did take over the game that we played was mostly doing it for demonstration purposes to say that if everybody works together in unity and harmony and friendship and whatnot, the game doesn't play out very well and everybody just kind of ties, or somebody wins just by like pulling the rug out from everybody else. Whereas he's like, if you stop and strategically think about it and say, no, I don't want to work with these three players, I only want to work with you, and we're going to go on a band tour together, and we're going to do the best tour, and it's going to be great, and we're going to make loads and loads of money and loads of fans. It's going to be fantastic. That can be the way to go, and no matter how compelling the other people's argument they are, they're like, hey, look, I play the guitar really, really, really well, and I have a giant robotic Godzilla that I can bring onto the stage to impress the crowd. Because those are things. If you go that person can still be like, no, we don't want you on our tour. It's like, this would benefit the tour greatly, but when you see the mechanics, you can see kind of how that comes about. It's just... It's not a bad mechanic. It's just a divisive mechanic, and I think it can hurt the experience for the person who isn't controlling it.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
My little Mary, my little Mary, my little Mary, friendship is magic.
Amen.
Yeah, something like that.
A game you also played with me not too long ago, Codenames. I've been playing that.
Yes. Tulkas is actually familiar with Codenames, I believe.
I am very fond of Codenames. Codenames is my favourite.
We played the actual for realsies real world version, the Meat Space one.
Basically,
I really like Codenames, actually. I wish you played it more, but Fixer announced that it had outstayed its welcome and it wasn't fun anymore.
Oh, really? I actually having played it, I was kind of like, oh, if they do that again, I actually wouldn't mind doing that. I would kind of be up for Codenames because I kind of dig Codenames.
Yay! You can be my code. Okay, you and me, we're gonna lobby for Codenames. Okay, we're gonna hashtag Team Suicide Codenames. We're gonna steamroll all opposition. We're gonna fix it. We'll say no. We're gonna be like, yeah!
I think that was just kind of a fun from especially if you know the group, kind of a psychological perspective, because you've got to figure out.
Make you think kind of game.
Yeah, you've got to figure out what the other person is actually thinking. I mean, there was a lot of game when we played. There was a lot of discussion. There was like the word limousine was up. I was like, oh, I was going to say cow, and it was like, then I decided that was a bad choice because literally I'm the only one here who grew up on a farm, and none of you would actually have any idea if that cow was related to limousine in any way, shape, or form. And everyone was like, no, I would not have got that at all.
You grew up on a farm?
I didn't know, but the guy who was doing the clue was like, I grew up on a farm, limousine cows were a thing, but you guys probably wouldn't have known that, so that's probably not a good word to use. But
Farms.
In the future,
Wow.
I could use that on him now. I'd be like, oh, the word you're looking for is cow. And he'd be like, limousine.
As a general rule of advice, don't try playing this game after about 6 drinks. It doesn't work.
Well, that depends on your idea of work.
Well, it lasted a while. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that bad. That was the same day we played. What was it? Pandemic. That one dragged on a little longer.
Yes. Pandemic. That did not go well. That ended quite badly.
We were playing it with more players than we were supposed to, I think. Well, yeah, it was supposed to be a 4-player game, and we were like, oh, screw it, we'll do it with 5 players, and we still lost. What the hell?
Because we ran out of cards because there were too many players, I think. That was the problem.
Well, yes, that was part of... Yeah, actually, that probably didn't help. We probably ran out of cards.
That's a Button Mash podcast top tip. Play games with the appropriate number of players on the box.
Yeah, I mean, I've also been playing a lot of Catan lately, and I don't know, I feel like that could be played faster, but those games always drag on a lot. It's a fun game, I dig Catan, but that's... The people I play with have kind of got it into their head that the only true way to play it is Chaos Mode, where all the tiles are randomized, and that only ever seems to result in a bad experience for at least one player. Because basically, the way it works is it randomizes the map so that all the resources somehow kind of wind up inadvertently grouped together in one big clump. The default layout of the map distributes everything very evenly, so it's all very well structured and very well balanced, and nobody's at a disadvantage. If you throw all the numbers into wild disarray, all of a sudden, the first person who gets first dibs on resources picks all the good bits, then the second person picks the next so good bits, and then the third person's like, fuck, there's nothing left. Because all the good bits have already been taken. And then they spend the entire game going, I have no cards. I never get any cards. I can't build anything. This fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's a fair criticism.
I feel...
They would swear? Why would they swear?
Because we're foul-mouthed pirates.
Whoa.
He means the whole of Britain there.
Hey, Michael, what's your favorite swear word?
Let's go with fuckface.
Oh, okay.
I think I missed some kind of like joke that I was supposed to set him up for there.
I don't know. It beats me. Who could fathom the ways of the Tulkas? Oh, I know where he's going with that. Oh, I know where he's going with that. I'm not going to feed the Tulkas, frankly.
Don't feed the talkie.
What have you been playing, Jonathan?
Jonathan? There's a name I don't get. Like, ever? At all?
I'm trying it out. I'm going to see if it sticks.
I hope it doesn't.
We need to know iFox 2K. We can't be divided, you know. We must stand together or die separately, man. We can either be iFox 2K or Jonathan, but we can't try to do both.
I've been playing Pokemon Go because Pokemon Go is great.
Yeah, you haven't fallen into a ditch or walked into a tree yet, have you?
I am a veteran of Ingress. I already did all that months ago. if not years ago. I know where I'm going now. Because quite frankly, they literally, it's very much just a reskin of Ingress. All the locations are identical. The photographs are identical. To that end, there are photographs that document some of the locations in the game that I took. I took pictures of things to send to Niantic to make locations in Ingress like a year ago. Those are now in Pokemon Go because they've just lifted all the content from Ingress and gone, okay, this particular building is now a Pokestop instead. So when I go on there, there's a picture that I took that's now the Pokestop. So that's kind of cool, and also kind of like, I mean, I presume I must have signed something that gave you permission to do that when I signed up to Ingress, I guess? I don't know, it kind of seems weird seeing my content just used in another game like that.
So ladies and gentlemen, if you can't find that Charizard that you're really looking for, you know who to blame then.
That's literally how that works, yes. That must be why I can't find a Charizard, clearly.
It's hiding.
I have no one to blame but myself.
Station?
That's actually a thing. That's actually a Pokestop. I should probably go hang around there and see what there is.
I do remember the story about a police station in Australia that I've had to make a press release saying there are other places you can get Pokeballs. Stop coming into our police station.
Oh, right, interesting, because the police station near me isn't actually a notable landmark, which I assumed they must have done for a reason. I thought they were like, no, we can't use police stations, that's ridiculous, let's not use police stations. I figured that was what... Because I know for a fact schools are a suitable landmark. They don't use schools for obvious reasons.
Oh, no, have you not seen that Daily Mail? There was a Daily Mail article about...
No.
It was the most dangerous video game ever made because pedophiles would use it to lure children into vans.
Did they
I'm not
actually
kidding,
write
it's
that?
on the internet.
Did they... I want to find that, but I don't want to click on the Daily Mail.
No,
that's quite a dilemma.
Out there.
Oh my god, you couldn't make that up.
It brings a whole new meaning to the term, gotta catch 'em all.
Oh no! I can't believe... I mean, I know the Daily Mail's bad, but that's almost like something someone would write as a satire of the Daily Mail. That's like some brass eye shit going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's just crazy. The most clever...
story about the girl that used Pokemon Go and it took her to catch, I don't know, like a Pikachu. And she found a dead body.
I did hear something about that, yeah. I mean... I don't think you can blame the video game for that. And inflicting traumatic experiences on small children, presumably.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think you can squarely blame Pokemon for people finding corpses. I mean, I guess they probably wouldn't have found the corpse otherwise, but hey, maybe the police should be using it as an investigative tool.
Just let's follow that Pidgey.
Yeah, it's like, hang on, let me just check the long grass over there. Oh my god!
It's a body.
Why did the search teams not look here before? We didn't think there was anything other than Rattatas over there.
We didn't think to look in the police station. We had plenty of Pokeballs. Yeah, it's I think my opinion with Pokemon Go is if you're too stupid to occasionally look up in your phone if you're near a road, then you kind of deserve what's coming to you. Have you
actually played it as a game though?
I've not downloaded it yet.
Oh, okay.
Because officially, it's not in the UK.
Officially, no. It hasn't stopped literally everybody. At first, I thought it was Android. Apparently, there's a workaround on iOS as well now. I think it was Alzarath mentioned it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I suspect the workaround is probably to set your phone's location to the US, download it from the US store, and do it that way." Turns out that yes, that is literally the iOS workaround.
IT.com Alzarath.
Not that Burn Mash Podcast is encouraging you to do such a thing, children.
I mean, the interesting grey moral thing that I have seen discussed is like, is it piracy if the game's free? Yeah,
that's a very, very interesting argument. Technically, you're not doing anything.
I'm not stealing the game. The game was free to play, and the store's still in the game. I don't know. I haven't tried buying anything, so I don't actually know if the store's functional. I mean, I would imagine that when the game does launch in the UK, it would certainly become functional if it's not already. And chances are, I mean, when it comes out in the UK, I'll probably just download it from the Google Play Store so that I definitely do have it, auto-updated and microtransactions working and whatnot, just so that I can play the game as experienced. Because, I'm hoping it has cloud saves. I really am.
Interesting story. I've just got on my Facebook, and the place where I work has put the thing on their Twitter saying, there is a gas leak currently in the gym.
That's handling it better than most businesses have.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen quite a lot of pictures on Twitter of signs of businesses that are like, Pokemon are for paying customers only, go away if you're only here to catch Pokemon and stuff. The other ones that are like...
I want that Jinx!
Yeah, the other ones that I think were generally agreed upon was kind of fake, but it was like, you're being paid to work here, not to sit and catch fantasy creatures. If you really want to catch them all so badly, we'll fire you so that you've got plenty of time to do that. I think
everyone would secretly gladly leave their job to become a Pokemon master.
I mean, yeah, that's what you trained for since the age of 10, right?
Well, that's what everyone is.
When everyone's
the age
parent...
of 30 at the moment has done.
That's the way the world works, right? At the age of 10, your parents say goodbye to you and send you out into the world all alone, no food, no provisions, no home. You're just going to make your way in the world with nothing but a handful of Pokeballs and a small rodent that the weird professor next door gave you.
Which you now have to train to fight other people's weird creatures.
Yep, that's just life.
In a weird way, Pokemon is really dark.
It's kind of well, yeah, well, that's even before you start getting into the weird theories about Raticates being killed and shit.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah. I think, going back to the businesses, I think the best way I've seen anyone actually handle it, or heard of anyone handle it, is that some businesses just putting lures on any business that has a Pokestop on it, has just been using the lure modules and then just turning that stop into a lure for Pokemon, so that everybody will come and just hang around them all day just to catch Pokemon.
That's a good idea if you own a calf. Oh.
Yeah, that's exactly the thing. It's like, oh, come in, have a cup of coffee, sit down, and drink some more coffee, and some tea, or whatever the hell whatever's your poison, and just catch Pokemon all day. I'm like, well, yeah, I can see how that works. Yes.
If you wait an hour, you might see a horsey.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't have a horsey.
Nah, no one has a horsey.
I'm trying to think what I got. My best Pokemon is I want to call them levels. They're not levels. They're CP combat points. 250-ish CP Pidgeotto, which I'm aware is utterly disastrously bad. If it was a level 250 Pidgeotto, that would be great. It's not level 250, it's CP 250. Which is good for me, but compared to the fact that there's a guy down the road with a close to level 700 Dragonite.
Where the hell did he find a Dragonite?
I don't know, the game's been out less than a week! How did you do that?
I'm still waiting for the first official reports someone has a Mewtwo.
Legendaries are not in the game yet, I don't think. Because I don't think they figured out how to do it effectively yet.
Well, they have to be on the top of Everest.
That was my theory, yeah. I was like... I think they've also said they don't want to do that, but I was like, how are they handling legendaries? Can they just literally only put legendaries in really remote places? I'm like, look, I mean, you maybe have duplicates around the world or something. Put one Mewtwo in the UK, one Mewtwo in America or something, or one in each state, maybe? I don't know, a state's probably more reasonable. But yeah, I was like, look, the UK has 3 significant mountains. So we put Articuno on top of Ben Nevis, right? We put Zapdos on top of Mount Snowdon, and then we put Moltres on top of Scarfell Pike.
Get ready, Mountain Rescue, you're going to be busy.
That's my theory. That's how that should work.
The problem is that mountaineering can be dangerous.
That's what Sherpas are for.
Well, if the Sherpas are trying to catch the Pokemon too and lead you into a false sense of security.
Also, it's not really that much actual mountaineering, because most people will, can and will hike to the top and back down in the span of a day. And indeed, I know some people who recently did all 3 mountains in the span of under 24 hours and had half an hour to spare at the end of it, I think.
Okay, well, never mind then. I didn't realize.
It's not. We do not have an Everest in the UK.
Okay, I've seen Ben Nevis. I've been to there.
Have you seen Ben Nevis, or have you been up Ben Nevis?
I've been a part of Ben Nevis.
Okay, good enough.
I looked at Ben Nevis and went, nah.
I
like 7
almost
years
made it
ago
to the top
now.
of Scarfell Pike,
Ooh.
and then we gave up.
The true British way.
Yeah. It was a pretty grim day, to be honest. When we got to the top, it was like just horizontal drizzle and thick fog, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm bored of horizontal drizzle and thick fog. Can we go back down?
Hey, look, there's a pub.
There is actually a pub at the bottom, I shit you not. It was literally at the bottom of the walk. Bing! Pub.
I would have even attempted to go up.
So yes, Pokemon Go has been consuming my life for the last 3 days, and will continue to do so for many more.
As it should.
My main concern is I had heard somewhere very recently that if you change devices or something, it doesn't save it. I was like, hang on, this is like, we use online accounts and things. Surely it should save things, right? Also, I'm pretty sure Ingress definitely did. So I hope it does, because basically I got a new phone that's due to arrive tomorrow, and I'm like, this will be great for playing Pokemon Go on. It will play it a breeze. It will run really, really, really well, and it'll be fantastic, and everything will be great. I don't want to lose my level 250 Pidgeotto. I know it's shit, but it's mine. That's my Pidgeotto, man. And all that hiking I did to hatch the eggs, which I thought was quite a nice touch, in that eggs literally hatch based on how far you've walked, not how long you've had them. As is tradition. So, I thought that was cool. I don't know how much there is to say other than it's cool. You should play it. It's a good way to get people out of the house. I did bump into someone playing it. I've seen a lot of videos where people in a lot more densely populated areas have bumped into a lot more people, but out here in the sticks, I'm not really in the sticks, but in the suburbs, I was like, I didn't expect to find too many people, if anybody. And then, like, within the first 2 hours of playing, I was walking around the park and just saw some other dude was walking around, head bent over, as he was staring at the phone as he walks around the park, and I'm like, he's fucking playing Pokemon. Wow. I just walked up and he was like, are you playing Pokemon Go? And he's like, yeah. Are you? I'm like, yeah.
We really should have opened on the Pokemon theme tune, really, shouldn't we?
Have we not used that?
I think
I
we
don't
have.
know what it is.
Did you not know the theme opening to Pokemon?
I mean, let's say, which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the theme from the video game, or are we talking about the theme from the TV show, or are we just simply talking about the Poke Rap?
We've definitely done the Poke Rap.
I think we have. I'm pretty sure we've done the TV show theme tune as well.
Yeah,
I guess we must have done.
I guess we could do the Game Boy. There's not much to it, but
yeah, that thing. Anyway, yeah, that's the Pokemans. So I take it, either of you play the Pokemans? No?
I'm hoping to download it at some point.
Cool.
Pixelmon. I played Pixelmon.
That's similar-ish, I guess. At least you're aware of what a Pokemon is.
Yes, I wasn't, and then Pixelmon happened, then I was aware. It was happy. And then I was removed from Pixelmon, and then I was... My interest in Pokemon died that day.
I am waiting for Digimon.
Digimon?
Digimon.
Sorry. Oh, Digimon. No.
Digimon, no.
No one likes Digimon anymore. Is Digimon still going?
That is a good question. I don't think...
I feel like it probably is, but I'm also like, who actually is still into Digimon?
Imagine in the current television series of Pokemon. I haven't seen it recently, so I don't know. I just imagine every point at like the 10-minute mark, Ash just turns to the camera and goes, "It could be worse. We could be in Digimon."
Oh my god, I would watch it if that was the case. Just judging by the sheer length of the Wikipedia article on Digimon, I feel like it might still be around. There were 9 Digimon films.
Wow.
I know, right?
How many Digimon were there? Have they caught to the Pokemon's? What is it now? About 750.
Sorry?
Have they caught up to Pokemon? The number of Pokemon there?
I don't know. I don't even know where I would begin looking for that particular figure. In September 2011, JoyMax announced the release of an MMORPG called Digimon Masters, which was by a Korean publisher, which presumably means all the women will wear no clothes and it will be a massive grind fest plagued by microtransactions. Hiyo!
That sounds about right.
Speaking of Korean MMOs...
Ooh, that was a good segue.
I've been playing Riders of Icarus.
Have you really?
Which is a Korean MMO. Which does have women wearing very few clothes. It's not as grindy as I would expect. It's just kind of a standard sort of questy curve thing. And the microtransactions do not appear to be crazy egregious. It just mostly seems to kind of limit you in terms of like bag space mostly. It's just like, oh, you can't carry any more things. Would you like to buy in places to put things? I'm like, no, I'll make do with my 2 bag slots. Fuck you, game. I'll carry 2 things at a time. You can carry more than 2 things at a time, but it is limiting.
Mm.
Anyway, I'm...
Very limiting? Or limiting? Okay, so if you had to describe the limitation in terms of any Strangelander, which Strangelander would you say is metaphorically the equivalent of the limitation?
I would say... That's a very difficult question to answer. And allow me to answer it by asking another one. How about that political situation in the UK, huh? 'Cause that's an easy topic to deal with.
Yeah, it's going well.
It's going great. Everything's going bad.
We voted so well.
Oh, they're burning our country to the ground. Stop them. Somebody.
I feel it's appropriate for us to say at this point, these are the views of the Button Mash
They are the views of the Button Mash podcast, yes.
I just twisted off my door handle, so that's something that's never happened before. Anyway...
So you didn't urgently need to leave the room, did you?
No.
You can stay there for a few years.
Yeah,
Until someone notices you're missing.
I'll need to...
You ate that penguin too early, man.
No, that penguin's your rations.
Maybe we'll need to remake the Tulka flap, eh? Remember that? Remember the Tulka flap?
The name rings a bell? I don't remember the Tulka flap. Well, I'm not sure I want to know what the Tulka flap was.
No, it was cool. I would like crawl through it and stuff. It was cool. Pasta was the one that coined the term. But anyway, so my mother was in Scotland for the vote, and she brought me back a little poster that says, I can see it from here, choose a stronger future. Don't let Farage speak for you. There's a picture of the Naiji-poo. And anyway, she posted it over my bed. So whenever I go to sleep, I can look up and see Nigel's smiling face watching over me.
Actually have Nigel Farage on it. That's hilarious.
Yeah. He's watching over me while I sleep like a little guardian angel.
I love that he also quit. He was like, well, everything's going bad. Bye, guys. I'm going to go fishing.
Yes. Neil is in love with him, by the way.
Uh-huh. Anyway, the video games. Riders of Icarus is an MMO which is mostly about... It's just a very generic MMO in terms of most respects. Its unique feature is that you can like tame almost any creature in the world and make it your mount or pet, or turn it into some sort of weird essence that you can use to imbue your weapons with. And I think there's a heavy emphasis on dragons later on in the game, where it's like, tame all the dragons, have dragon pets, lots of dragon pets. Which is kind of cool. And then you get like rare ones, and it's like, oh, there's a rare animal, but you can also tame that if you want. There's this legendary creature that's been terrorizing the town. Oh, it's the scourge of the village. This monster has been haunting us for decades. Has been murdering people and eating them. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go make it my pet now. It's like, okay,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
I got a cursed reindeer last night. It emanates this weird purple smoke as you run along. It's like, it's actually kind of cool. I'm riding a reindeer that smokes purple.
I don't remember that version of the Santas.
I don't think that one ever pulled Santa's sleigh, no. So yeah, I want to put a video out on that with my I've been playing this for 10 hours thoughts some point this week, because my new way of assessing MMOs, because I think MMOs are reviewed really badly generally, is I'm going to do a blind first impressions, then I'll do first impressions after 10 hours, and then what I think after 20, and so on, as long as the game grabs me. It's kind of how I approach videos and MMOs these days. So, Riders of Icarus. I'm at 9.3 hours, so I'm due to make a video on it soon. I will say I found it a lot easier to play than the last MMO I played, which was I also probably played since we last did a podcast, which was Tree of Savior, which was also Korean. That was a grind fest. That did have women wearing very little clothing. It was garbage. Okay, that's maybe a little strong, but I did not enjoy my time with it, and I found it infuriating to play. And it was by the same person who made Ragnarok Online, which I also found infuriating to play. So no surprises there. Don't play Tree of Savior.
So,
Riders of Icarus,
wait.
okay.
Wait, there's the Tree of Neil, you mean?
Yes, if you like.
Well, Neil, I mean, that's so. There are Korean Kepalites.
Probably.
How did I not know of this?
Because you're clearly not the all-knowing prophet you.
I'm the
claim
Pontifex
to be.
Maximus of the Capelite faith. I'm supposed to be in charge of these things. No one told me that our savior had a tree. This is weird.
We should have taken a better census. Anyway, to tie back into the thing that I talked about back at the start is I've been playing the drinking game, which is Valhalla, which finally came out after 2 years, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Alcohol is for girls.
And boys, and everybody who is of legal drinking age. And in the
Who
UK,
wants to
many
get
people who are not
down.
of legal drinking age. Because we have a drinking culture.
Because your drinking age is low.
It's high compared to most of Europe. Not that we're part of Europe anymore, but hey.
No.
Hey, wait! I just realized I've become of legal drinking age since the last time I was on the podcast.
Holy shit, we need to get Tulkas drunk. Tulkas drunk.
This is-
Come on,
I've
come on
never
a cocktail stream, Tulkas! Come on the cocktail
Yes.
stream!
I've never actually had alcohol yet. But
Oh my god. You should do it live on Twitch in front of an
alcohol's for
audience.
girls. I'm not a girl. Girls are gross.
Start slow with a 20-year-old Scotch. That's a good introduction drink.
Yeah, that's a good starter.
But
Yeah.
this is so exciting. Like, before the last time I was on podcast, I was 20, and now I'm 21, so I could get...
You could have a scotch that's as old as you, Tulkas.
Whoa. Meroka, I just realized that was about 21. You can tell me a secret that you couldn't tell me when I was too young, and it would corrupt my innocent ears. Tell me a super gory and obscene secret.
Tulkas, I have a bottle of rum that's older than you.
Whoa.
Okay, I have a blended bottle of rum that includes some rums that are older than you.
Okay, tell me
you could have a gummy Roy.
Tell me a secret about adult life that I could not have known during my younger years.
Segue into the Gummy Roy, by the way. I had a Rob Roy last night, which is ultimately much better than a Gummy Roy, by the way.
That's not surprising.
I feel like the standard measures on the Rob Roy are a little heavy on the Scotch for my liking. So I need to find a balance of ingredients that I like more. But it's not a bad drink. I'm just trying. I just have that bottle of really cheap blended whiskey that I'm just trying to find a use for. I'm just like, I will attempt to make all the Scotch cocktails in the world in the hopes that one of them tastes good with cheap whiskey in. That's my mission.
That's your plan.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Valhalla came out. Valhalla's amazing. Valhalla is about making cocktails, which is my life and actually kind of my job in some strange kind of way these days. Yeah. Booze and visual novels and anime girls. It's pretty dope. I mean, a lot of the criticism leveled against it by a lot of people I've seen has been like, there's not enough to do in it. And I'm like, it's a visual novel. What did you expect to be able to do in the visual novel? You read the story, and occasionally it throws a mini-game at you that involves making a cocktail for a customer. I have no idea what you expected to find. They've had a demo of this game out for 2 freaking years that had exactly the same mechanics. What did you expect from Valhalla?
Why did you say freaking instead of fucking?
I don't know.
I'm always trying to parse the Meroka-isms, you know? So weird.
Don't.
Like sometimes you're swearing,
I
and
make no
sometimes
sense.
you're not swearing, and sometimes you aren't swearing at all. It's crazy.
I allow myself to swear on the podcast, but at the same time, I've conditioned myself to not swear so often from making every other video that sometimes I will use a minced oath like freaking instead.
Fuck,
even on the
shit, cunt,
podcast.
damn motherfucker.
Nice. Kiss your mother with that mouth?
What do you think of the children?
Well, yeah, Valhalla, go play it. Go buy it, play it. It's good. And my video series, I actually make cocktails on Facecam and drink them whilst I'm playing the game. That's all I've ever dreamed of.
Gross,
Yeah.
You're a girl. I think I should call you Ice, I'm trying to think. Jonathan, what's Josephine? I'm going to call you, let's call him Josephine, okay?
I need to add that to the list of things I've been called in life.
I'm losing track of what your nicknames are now.
I have
Josephine.
been called far too many things in life. Yeah.
Let's see, there's Meroka, Mary, Icefox 2K, Bellend, Jonathan, and Josephine. So that's 5.
Those are just the ones you know about.
Where the hell did Bellan come from?
Oh, that's his official title, is the Bellend. He used to be the court thief, and then he atoned for that by giving me penguins, and then he became the Bellend.
And for what it's worth, when he was asking you about what your favourite swear word was, I think he was hoping you would say that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I understand.
Yeah.
You can read the other joke if you want.
Okay, hey, Michael, what's your favorite swear word?
I'm going to go with Belland.
I always knew that you and Meroka were a parcel, partner, lover, thing.
Parabellans?
Yeah, no. Okay, let's try this third time. Okay, Michael, what's your favorite swear word?
Shit.
I always knew that you and... No. Okay.
See,
so
the appropriate response would have been, I always knew you were pieces of shit.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay? So I ask you what your favorite swear word is, and then you say Bellin, and I say, I always knew that you and Meroka were lovers. Okay, now let's try it again. Okay, from the top. Michael, what's your favorite swear word?
Belland.
I always knew that you and Meroka were lovers. See how funny that was?
And scene.
You see, I should be a professional
That's a
stand-up.
wrap, everyone. Good show.
I should do
Okay,
stand-up.
that's
I should do stand-up. That was great.
Other video games. I played Firewatch at long last.
Did you enjoy?
I got it when it was on the Steam sale because I was like, I'd hung fire on it coming down in price just a little bit. Yes, I enjoyed it immensely. That's a great game. Firewatch is... I am a sucker for a good bit of storytelling, and Firewatch is a excellent bit of storytelling. It's a phenomenal bit of storytelling. It kind of leads you in a path where it's like, oh, there's going to be some grand conspiracy theory. And then it's kind of not. It's actually just kind of... I don't know. It's just pleasantly normal, I guess, is how I would describe where the plot goes. Instead of like, oh, the government's out to brainwash everybody, which is kind of where it wants you to think it's going. It's just like, no, that's not it.
Government.
I have played a lot of Battleborn since last we met. I played 43 hours of Battleborn since last we met.
That does not shock me in any shape or form.
Admittedly, I haven't actually played it in 3 weeks now, but... they released the new character. The new character was great. I played a shit ton of the new character. It became my most played character very quickly, and my highest leveled character very quickly. And I became rather adept with her. And then they nerfed the hell out of her, and now I'm not as good with her. And then I started losing matches, and I quit the game. Not kind of that, rah, I quit, I'm never playing this again. I just kind of stopped, and then, I don't know, I haven't played it for like nearly 3 weeks now. I think it's also one of those problems that the player base isn't really, if we're honest, big enough to sustain a well-balanced matchmaking system anymore. It's getting into the territory where it's like, we can't really find anybody of your skill level, you fucking noob, but let's just throw you in with these pros instead. So it's like, okay, shall I just curl into a ball, or do you want me to go get killed?
I think curling into a ball is the more appropriate action.
Yeah. I don't know, there's supposed to be, there's like 5 new co-op story levels coming out over the course of the next few months, and 4 new characters as well, so I guess I should get back into it, but... I ain't playing Overwatch, though.
You're not quite on the bandwagon.
Not on the bandwagon, no. Nope.
I'm always seeing Mittens and Fixer and Matt in the Hat playing Overwatch. And I'm like, come to me, come to Hearthstone. It's like it always flashes up in the bottom left corner of my screen. You know, Matt in the Hat is down. I'm like, yes, come to me, come to play my game. And then it says that he's logged into Overwatch, and I sulk.
Oh dear.
And I've been playing Fury this week because that's the new hotness that everybody's playing, which is beautiful and really, really, really good. It's by the artist who did, I think it was Afro Samurai, if anybody is familiar with the Afro Samurais. Not that I am, to be fair. But yeah, it's kind of an action, hack and slashy, shooty, bullet, heli, boss rush, hard as nails thing. I would be very hard pressed to put it in any kind of genre. The premise around which it revolves is the jailer is the key, kill him and you'll be free. So yeah, you've been imprisoned and you fight a series of bosses who are keeping you imprisoned, and if you can kill them you can get out of jail. And it's, I don't know, it's really fluid, really satisfying to play. It's got a great soundtrack. It's challenging in a very satisfying way, not in a this is frustrating as fuck and I can't beat this, I hate this game way. Yet. I've done 2 bosses out of 9. I have not rage quit yet. That might happen. But at the minute it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm learning these fights and getting better at these fights, and that is satisfying to do. It's not quite at the point where it's like, I hate this game, this is unfair, this is bullshit, I quit.
Wait.
Oh, there's still some drive.
I'm still willing to play it. 2 out of 9 levels in. So that's good. That's kind of, I believe that's all over the Twitch at the minute, and I've seen a few people play it on the YouTubes. It is a great game though. Enjoying that a lot. That's actually probably a pretty hot contender for one of the things that I will be saying is probably one of my favorite things come the end of the year. I'll be like, when it comes to, I don't think it's necessarily game of the year, but I think, you know, come December time when I have to make the obligatory YouTube video that says this is what all the good things were this year, I'll be like, yeah, Fury. You remember Fury? Fury was pretty okay. Also, they're selling the soundtrack on a vinyl CD on their store. That thing's a piece of art. I really, really want that. I have nothing to play vinyl on. I've never listened to a freaking vinyl in my life. I want that. I want the soundtrack on vinyl.
I do actually own a vinyl player.
Vinyl player? Is that what the official term is? Vinyl player?
I'm assuming so, yes.
Okay. They also do some really great t-shirts as well, and it's like, I got the game for free as a press copy, but I could see myself spending a stupid amount on merch for this game. It was like, given the chance, I will easily drop quite a few euros on their store, I think, which will not buy me as much as it would have been able to a month ago. Yeah. It would have been better value for money a month ago, damn it.
That's subtle.
Yeah. So that's all there's still many more things I've not yet played, but that's my highlights. I suppose we should probably prod Tulkas at least a little bit.
Oh, hello. My name is
Hello.
Valiant. I'm champion for Left and Warrior, Patricia Morgan, part of Excellence System. We're doing the list and touch review.
That's
I did not
that
catch
gets
the word
faster.
of that.
As I know that gets shorter every time until there are no words, and he will just become like a solid tone. And Tulkas will open his mouth, and all you will hear will be. Yeah, exactly.
What's that, Charlie Brown?
So that's the end of the Hearthstone segment for today.
That's the quickest it's ever gone.
Go on. What's the meta like, Tulkas? Is the meta satisfying today?
Okay, no. Okay, well, Hearthstone. Well, I suppose the big news since the last podcast is that I hit Legend in Hearthstone.
Congrats.
Oh.
Did you know that, Meroka?
I had heard that somewhere along the line.
That's pretty cool. Did you know that, Michael?
I heard it through the grapevine.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I guess I'll tell that quickly. Basically, for 3 weeks straight, I played Hearthstone for 6 hours a day.
Jesus.
Wow. Jamie. You say Jamie. You whisper Jamie. Yeah, so that's basically that. I played mid-range hunter up to rank 3. Then I played Kassoon Druid down to rank 4. Then I played Tempo Warrior up to Legend. And there's videos of that on my channel, so you can watch that. I played against Brian Kibler, who's a famous streamer, and I beat him. He was playing Dragon Paladin, so that was cool. Not much else has happened. That's basically ranked at the moment. I only made it to rank 9 last season. I've been taking it, and I've been playing Hearthstone for fun now instead of all competitive super serial. I've just been playing Kassoon Druid with Yogg-Saron, and it just having loads of fun. It's like for the first time in 2 years, I've actually been enjoying playing this game. It's great. It's great. Let's see. So there's that. I guess there's Arena. I got a 12. Last week I did a 12-win Arena run. It was great. There was the about the Flame Wreathed Faceless.
No.
It's a 7/7 for 4 Shaman card with 2 Overload.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah. I had an Arena deck, and I had 4 of those in it.
What?
And then the Arena deck ended with Dr. Boom.
Jeez.
So yeah, I went 12 wins with that deck. It was not very fair for the other players. So yeah, there's videos on this channel. And I guess there's Hearthstone happened. Were there any exciting Tavern Brawls?
There was this really, really, really well balanced and super fair and really highly skilled game that we played.
All right, the Shifter Xeris one.
Yeah,
right?
Shifter Xeris. Yeah, that was pretty skilled, that game.
Man, I got completely schooled. It's frustrating to see all these hours of I've probably 8,000 Hearthstone games that I've played. Just they just mean nothing because Meroka's just. It's frustrating, but oh well. I guess I can never really be as good as Meroka, so we'll have to accept that. Anyway, let's see. There's a Postin Tuo. I got a package from Meroka. We've already talked about it, but it contained 8 penguins. So that was exciting. There was a piece of paper talking about Pastafarians. That was cool. Thank you, Meroka, for the penguins and the Pastafarian.
Thank you for the Pastafarian. I just sent pasta in a box to you.
And then, so tell me something about that parcel, about the process around that parcel. Tell me some of the mythos of that parcel.
I love that you completely. I mean, the core of the box was supposed to be the Hearthstone glass, which you've completely and utterly failed to mention on every occasion. You were just like, "Oh yeah, that's a thing." It was like, "Oh, I thought that was a really cool thing that you would appreciate."
Fair, when I recorded that video, I sort of assumed that you'd bought that from a store and not that you'd actually made it yourself.
You don't know me very well, Tulkas. I make those. I sell those on the internet. You got the first one I ever made of that. Yeah, I sold the last one on Saturday, so nobody can buy any more of them now.
I thought it was just something you got from the loot crate, and you were like, "Oh well, I don't really want this. I'll just give it to Tulkas." But that would loot
crate doesn't give away things that good.
Well,
loot crate gives away fucking inflatable fucking crowns.
I've gotten. Okay, fine. But it's I don't know. Penguins, man. It's your own fault, Meroka. That was a doorknob. I swear you heard that. The penguins, man. I would have noticed the things you said something besides penguins, but how can you send penguins and not expect them to completely overshadow everything else in the box, man? Penguins! It's the best food! I wish I could I wish my parents would let me live on a diet of pure penguins. That would be so beautiful for the few months that I could be alive. But what a way to go, man. What a way to go. You died from malnourishment from eating a diet of pure penguins, man. That would be the best epitaph.
Weighing like 500 pounds from malnourishment and diabetes.
Yeah, it'd be like, that would be the coolest tombstone ever. Like, Michael, what do you think my epitaph would be in the tombstone?
Probably a giant penguin, and they probably paid for by the penguin company, saying, "Thanks a lot, my kids are now going to college."
Yay!
They just just a penguin, just a live penguin, just stood on his grave. That would be his. That would be his tombstone.
With a gun guarding his tomb.
Yeah, Meroka. So also I sent back a parcel to Finland, containing an owl named Merlin and a sticker book and other things. So that's on Weirdest channel, so that was exciting. Let's see. Also, Minecraft Bingo happened. I got back into Minecraft Bingo. I burnt out on it like a year ago. But that's, it's how my channel began. Back in the days, remember those times? Back in the days when I first started my channel, I had like 5 bingo videos. And then like the Strangelands contest happened and I applied and everything that I'd actually get in, and then Fixer messaged me. I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. Remember that?
That was a while ago.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes. It's happy memories. But yeah, it's interesting because like the contest happened at the perfect time. Because if it had happened like 4 weeks before that, then I wouldn't have been doing YouTube or bingo at all. So it would have been like, no, I don't know how to do record. I won't bother. If it had happened like 5 weeks later, then I would have already like gotten discouraged and stopped posting videos. It's like that moment. This is great. Anyway, I came back to Minecraft Bingo. I've been enjoying it. I feel like my Minecraft Bingo is actually good content, which is more than I can say for most of my videos. And yeah, I've won 4 seeds. That's cool. There's also a Vanilla Swirl. I'm not going to talk much about that, so I guess I won't. Okay, never mind. And then there's also a Monaco is a game. We played Monaco.
Oh, that thing. And
Monaco is especially relevant because 3 Monaco videos I opened with a half an hour long, so that's an hour and a half total, half an hour long readings from the Iliad. Yeah. Shit is right.
I feel like something is broken on Michael's end, though, to be fair. I don't think he was whispering shit in hushed tones because he thought he's like, oh my god, he's actually done it. I think it was more, oh, my computer has just caught fire kind of thing.
Nope, it's still with us.
Okay.
So yeah, youtube.com/horse will be incoming soon.
Oh, right. Oh, this is the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't sent you the video, have I? Have I sent you the video?
What video?
The footage that he needs to put up on the channel.
Oh god,
that probably doesn't exist yet.
That to me.
What?
Sorry?
No, remember the whole conceit of the button mash horse thing, where like he was going to like edit his daily life in such a way as to make it seem like there's some great mystery, like why did I go on a walk looking for this Pokemon Go? Why is it that this car that passed me on the right in the road was red? Why is it that Boris Johnson rides a bicycle? All these questions and more will be answered on the grand finale of youtube.com/buttonmashhorse.
That is far more than I recall ever being the case.
No, that was the idea. That was the idea. You don't get the lights happened on the video. The lights happened, so now Button Mash Horse has to do his thing.
What I'm mainly concerned about is that the footage we did have, I can't remember where I saved it or if I still have it.
Well, remember, it needs to be a channel. Like, you have to have, like, a full-fledged functioning channel with boring content you can imagine.
When we recorded podcast 68, we recorded a bunch of other things, and I had the footage for it, and I have no idea where I saved the footage for it. But I guess that's not a discussion for today. That's a discussion for, oh shit, panic later.
Okay.
I think I might have wiped that when I formatted my computer.
Well, we shall discuss it at a later date.
Indeed.
We'll have to film more things, won't we?
Also,
my phone that I'm getting tomorrow can record in 4K, so it could do 4K footage for the Button Mash Horse channel, so it'll be super, super high def.
You can do 4K footage of
that.
Or I can do 120 frames per second, so we can do slow-mo horse.
You could do 4K footage of the 3 Amigos.
that would require paying a lot of money to travel to places that I've no other desire to go to otherwise. So probably won't happen.
You suck. Anyway,
Unless you wish to
Rogue
pay for
State.
my travel to Manchester.
No. I played some Rogue State, which was funnish. I don't know. The game is a bit finicky and a bit arcane and a bit beyond my low levels of intelligence. It was pretty fun while it lasted. I last played it like a month ago. I haven't had time, but hopefully I'll finish my playthrough. And my evil brother Fruit Stouter won't cause any problems. That's cool. And then there's, remember Rogue State, Mary? Do you remember that game?
I do remember. I was like, they sent me like 4 press copies of it or something, and I was like, look, it's a game about managing a political state in like the Middle East, and I have no desire to play this. Does anybody want a copy? And Tulkas was like, yeah, I'll have a copy. So Tulkas,
No,
have a copy.
I didn't say that. That is not how our conversation happened. You asked me if I wanted to copy. I did not volunteer. You asked. It was
I don't know how it went down. I don't remember things. These are things that happened in the past. I live in the present, Tulkas. I don't live in the past. I don't dwell on the past like you do.
So are you? Is this a jab at me watching all the old Strangelands videos? Because it's important to get the
Not
history.
specifically.
Of the Strangelands.
That's
No,
not specifically
I'm
because I
watching-
didn't remember that you'd done that because I don't live in the past, Tulkas.
Fox 2K. Anyway,
I have
also
no idea
I've
what's
been
happening.
playing some.
I don't either.
I've been playing some of the Fourth Age Total War Businessmen. I made yesterday. 2 days ago, I made a Rome Total War tips tutorial thing, which was cool, on how to kill agents and move agents with your military units. So that was fun. And that's just I'm still on like episode 40 of my Dwarven Kingdom LP, so that's chugging along quite nicely. Gets like 6 views, and Wombat is the only person that watches, but that's okay. And Michael time.
Michael time? He went first.
Yeah.
No. I meant like Michael time to not to like talk about games. I meant Michael time to do something.
Oh. Hey.
That's something, all right.
Yay!
I'm glad that this is a professional operation.
Shall we go to commercial?
Let's go to commercial.
I'll bet that this is the only podcast in the history of all podcasts that has ever been opened with a rendition of the Finnish version of Postman Pat.
That's probably true.
I would take that bet.
Right.
How much would you bet?
Let's go to commercial.
We'll
How
be back
much
with
would
these
you bet?
messages from our sponsors.
Button Mash Podcast is back. I have a popsicle.
Congratulations on your popsicle, sir. Welcome back to
Thank
Bud Mash
you.
Podcast. We lost a horse.
No. Hey, Mike Meroka. Hey, iFox 2K. Do you want to guess what a flavor my popsicle is?
Is it Corona flavor?
No.
Is it Postin Tuo flavor?
No.
Is it Hearthstone flavor?
No.
Is it penguin flavor?
No.
Is it cocktail flavor?
No.
Is it horse flavor?
No.
Is it Discord flavor?
No.
Is it podcast flavor?
No.
I give up. Those are all the flavors.
Orange.
You must be eating one of those.
It's orange flavor.
That's not a flavor. Orange is a color, man. You can't eat a color flavor. Color is not.
The,
You can't have a color flavor.
The orange fruit. It's the flavor of the orange fruit.
But what? How can a color be a fruit?
Because that's what it's named.
No, I'm not buying this. That's not true, Tulkas.
It's in your own English. You're always going on about how the English language is the superior because the Englishman invented the language, but you invented the word orange. So there you suck.
Did you know there are no words that rhyme with orange?
Orange.
Other than orange. If you rhyme orange with orange, you're a shitty poet,
Actually,
frankly.
tell you what. Do you know what flavor this is? Do you know what flavor this really is?
Is it some sort of chemical tastes like orange?
It's Donald Trump.
Ah, very good. I see what you did there. Let's do
'cause
news.
Donald Trump's just
Sort of.
a big orange popsicle. Yeah.
Yeah, that is what that is. Should we do some news?
Yeah.
The news that I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't at the very least mention is the CSGO gambling thing.
Yeah, that sucked.
Which I'm not sure any of us on the podcast are really well versed enough to deal with, so we will touch on it and then condemn it and move on, I suspect.
I mean, I don't think that it's something that requires a lot of detailed research.
I don't know, a lot of people talked about it at great length, so it's not necessarily something that needs, well, I don't know. I'm not up on the details. I couldn't give you the names of the people involved. I remember there's something about a syndicate, but then syndicate's like a really popular name on YouTube, so I couldn't tell you which syndicate it was.
Well, the biggest one.
No, because the biggest one is there is like a guy who's the biggest syndicate, who's huge, who is actually from Yorkshire as well, and I'm pretty sure it's not him. So I wouldn't just say it's the biggest syndicate, because I don't think it is.
Basically what happened is two really big YouTubers, think multiple millions of subs, maybe 1 million, I don't know. They decided that they were going to start a CSGO betting site as an actual company based in Florida. And then they were going to gamble on their website and not disclose it. So then we think that they're basically marketing gambling to children, not disclosing.
I stand corrected. I actually think it is actually him. Yeah, no, 10 million subscribers. Yeah, no, it's totally him. Yeah, no, he's a douche. Okay.
Yeah.
It is the biggest syndicate. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, basically, yeah. So we don't want. I saw that he was in some drama with a fellow named MacBot. That was dumb. But yeah, we don't like people like him. He doesn't deserve his subscribers, but you know who does deserve his subscribers? Me, Tulkas the Valve, so everyone will unsubscribe from him and resubscribe to me, and I promise that I won't try to trick little kids into gambling. That's my campaign slogan.
That is, yeah, you should go tell all of his subscribers that.
Tulkas Valiant won't trick little kids into gambling 2016.
Good to know where you stand on these issues.
Yeah, so, yeah. That's something that actually sucks, It's there's always drama that's oh, drama. But no, this is actually no, don't do that.
So, yeah. These guys made a company that allows you to gamble virtual things for other virtual things, but because it's gambling, they make off with all of these things. And the internet being what it is, and weird virtual cosmetic goods in games being what they are, there are plenty of ways to cash that out as real money, and the money these guys are made on this is on the order of billions. And yeah, obviously this is appealing to kids. And kids in many regulated areas, including the United States, do not allow minors to gamble. I mean, strict rules you're kind of not allowed to in the UK either, but it's in not any way, shape or form particularly heavily enforced. There's you get slot machines and there'll be a tiny sticker on the side of it that says 18 over only. And it's but nobody enforces that. You can just walk up to it and play it. No, nobody really cares. But
it's interesting though. It's TV was so mad about this. He was mad.
Well, because they certainly amongst the bigger end of things. I mean, we can whinge as much as we like, but it really, honestly, kind of doesn't affect us small fry in any way, shape, or form. But with the big people, it kind of does. When they've spent a lot of time and effort going to great lengths to make themselves look reputable and professional and have standards, and these people kind of broadly paint a picture to the general public that all YouTubers are these skeevy people selling gambling to minors, using adverts disguised as not adverts that haven't been disclosed as adverts, and then profiting off the whole thing, because they're aside from creating their own gambling company, which that's weird in its own right, but because they're gambling with these virtual goods, but that's not illegal. They then created adverts for it, but didn't disclose them as adverts and put them out there as actual sort of entertainment, so that is illegal. You can't do that. You do need to disclose adverts. These adverts were primarily aimed at minors, and the website has absolutely no way of verifying that the people playing it are not minors. Anybody can sign up, and actually, I believe the people who have looked at it, the only thing it says is, you must be over 13 to use this website. And all it is a little tick box, kind of Facebook style-y, which is just like, yep, I'm 13, honest, same for YouTube as well. But the difference with Facebook and YouTube is they're not inviting you to gamble when you get on the other side of it. So they need to have better checks than that. And secondly, 13? In which jurisdiction is it legal to gamble at 13? Not the US. Strict rules, not the UK. Probably true of quite a lot of other countries. So they are literally advertising with undisclosed adverts, gambling to minors, and profiting to the tune of billions, literally billions off the back of it.
Wait,
That's
really?
skeevy as shit. Yes.
Like $1 billion is a large number.
I remember Jesse Cox quoting the number billions.
Well then.
I'd advise double checking on that one. I'd got it into my head that that's what the figure was. It may be, he may have been quoting like some other figure. Oh, I see. Hang on. I think this might actually be the figure that Jesse was quoting, actually. Bloomberg published a report in which they explored how Counter-Strike skin betting essentially allows teens to gamble, which is illegal, and estimated that the market for skin gambling in CSGO is 2.3 billion in 2015 alone. So they didn't personally make billions, but the market for CSGO skin gambling is billions. It is on the order of billions. This is not these guys making a bit of money on the side. These guys are getting extraordinarily rich off the back of misleading adverts, advertising services to minors that minors should not be able to access.
And the thing is that they were already extraordinarily rich.
And it's... Again, I'm going to quote him again because I quite liked his comparison. Jesse Cox said that it was kind of the same effect as Biebering. You see, it said they Biebered, which is basically somebody who comes from a background which is not well-to-do, fairly average, maybe poor background, and at a young stage in their life, before they've fully grown up, mentally adjusted, developed, become a part of the world, integrated into society, fully socially developed. They have seen a large amount of success, and with it a large amount of money, and they don't know how to deal with that properly, and it just kind of winds up with some sort of meltdown. This was very, very visible in the case of Mr. Bieber, with his DUIs and whatnots. In these guys' instances, they're just like, hey, I can make even more money now, and it would be really, really easy to do it, and now they've gotten themselves into extremely illegal territory.
Do you think that I'm socially developed?
I am going to say no, but not on a personal level. I am genuinely, honestly, 100% of the opinion that, in spite of the fact that we as a civilization, as a society, as a race, treat people as adults at the age of 18, and in most instances have given most people most rights to do most things by the age of 21 at the very utmost, I think most human beings are not fully mentally developed and fully mentally mature until the age of about 25.
I'll concur with you on that one. That means that I can still be.
I don't think I was. I know. I look at my age, 20 to 25. I was like, God, I was an immature little twat. I was like, it was only the last few years. I'm like, me now compared to me, age 20 to 25, very different. Yeah.
The problem is that, like, what if when you're 35, you look back on when you were 30 and you're like,
yeah, there's probably also that, but.
But I remember when I was in 4th grade, I was 9, and I was like, whoa, like, look at me, I'm like so mature and developed now, and I'm like, this is going to be the year when I really like, the big turning point. It's like, no, it wasn't. But anyway, but this is exciting. I can still become Justin Bieber. I still have a chance.
You have 5 more years to become Justin Bieber.
4 more years.
4 more years to become Justin. Oh yes, you can legally drink now. You have 4 more. I just keep thinking you were 20. Sorry.
We've had this conversation.
I don't know ages. These are things that happened in the past, Tulkas.
Yeah, but yeah, Meroka, I mean, yeah, I'm 21. This is okay. So Meroka, if you could give me a 5-point list on how I could become Justin Bieber and rack up multiple DUIs and do all that kind of crack-doing stuff that he does, what would you say?
Number 1, be attractive. Number 2, don't be unattractive. Number 3, sing songs really well that have been written by a professional to be targeted at a teenage girl audience. Step 4, question mark. Step 5, profit.
My little pony, my little pony, my little pony, friendship is magic.
I hear that's what all the teenage girls want to hear on the radio these days.
Hey, Meroka, do you think I'm attractive?
I don't swing that way, so I am not in well positioned. I'm not well positioned to comment.
Attractive. I think I'm the most gorgeous. I think I'm Neil's gift to womankind.
Okay, well, you go knock him dead, Tulkas.
If only the ladies felt the same way, I would be.
That's exactly how I feel about life.
Yeah, man.
I am God's gift to women. If only they thought the same.
Yeah, if the ladies felt the same way about me that I feel about me, then I'd be like batting off ladies every time I walk down the street. But no, alas, nonetheless, Justin Bieber is not me. There is sorrow.
It's okay. There's still scope for you to become the Syndicate Project. Okay. All you have to do is found a company that based on gambling and then market it to 13-year-olds and under.
I don't want. But that's like mean. I don't want to be mean. I want to be like a moral, but not a moral. Only kind of a moral.
More just sort of DUI immoral, not actually promoting gambling to minors immoral. Is that say? Also, Tulkas. You do know what? If you want a DUI, you do realize what you've got to do, right?
What?
You got to drink.
No way. No, that's a deal breaker. No. Can't I get high or something?
I guess. I didn't think that was particularly in your wheelhouse either, but okay.
Well, it's better than be like you. I don't want to be like you. I'd rather do coke than be like you.
Wow. Jeez. Wow. So yeah, don't be the Syndicate Project, don't be a massive dick, don't market gambling to minors, don't hide your adverts as not adverts, they also rigged their own gambling when they were demonstrating and going, oh my god, look how much money I've won at this online casino. That was all rigged as well, by the way. They rigged their own gambling machines so that they would win, so that they could advertise it as, look how great the service is.
You're necessarily certain of that.
I thought it was.
I mean, obviously, we assume that it happened because, if you have an incredibly unlikely gambling streak on your own website, then you sort of assume that something's going on. But I'm not sure if there's actually actual confirmation. Even though, it's important to be thorough about these things, even though it's 99.99999% that it happened. You don't actually know.
I mean, to be fair, if you were going to advertise your own gambling service on Twitch or wherever and do a live stream and go, hey, everybody, look at this gambling service, isn't this great? You wouldn't do it and have you just losing shit tons of money all evening. Yeah. That would not sell your service as well as going, oh my god, look how much money I've made.
The thing is that it was YouTube videos specifically that they were doing, so Yeah,
Twitch, YouTube, either or. It's the same medium, really. Same audience, same kind of mediums.
But with Twitch, if you do it legit and you have a fail run, that's broadcast live. But if you do YouTube and you have a fail run, you don't just throw it. But anyway, that's not really relevant. One question though. So you would say, based on this discussion, that Justin Bieber is better than the Syndicate Project?
Oh, that's a comparison I wasn't expecting to have to make. And they're both pretty shitty people in my book. I mean, to be fair, the Syndicate Project, for all he did, never actually genuinely risked killing another human being. So, Bieber's still got a very big, nasty black mark over him in my book.
Okay, how about this? How about Justin Bieber versus Joseph Stalin? Who do you prefer?
I don't think you can compel me to actually physically say the words that I prefer. No.
Okay.
I can't say those words.
Okay, fine. Don't say those words. Say, I don't prefer Justin Bieber. Say that. I don't prefer Justin Bieber.
I can't cut it either way. I can't say it either way around.
Say.
I mean, for either character, they're both despicable characters that I hate with a significant passion.
I was trying to trick you into endorsing Justin Bieber.
I know you were, and I'm not going to endorse Justin Bieber. That is exactly the point. I was like, when I'm saying I don't want to say it, I don't want to say anything positive about Justin Bieber. I have to listen to his music on the radio at work. It's horrible.
Okay, say... Oh, there has to be one thing about Justin Bieber that's positive. He has to have done, and I don't know how old he is, but in his 20 years of life, he has to have done one positive thing or had one positive attribute.
No.
Maybe, I don't know, he has a nice hair color, his hands are pretty, he has a nicely shaped fingernail.
He stopped talking once.
Okay, you see?
He's 22, he's older than you.
See, Meroka endorses Justin Bieber, confirmed.
He was born March 1st, 1994.
Meroka says that Justin Bieber has a sense of when to abstain from conversation.
He was born in London, Canada, which is the inferior of the two Londons.
But it's still London, so it still counts as a good thing, right?
No. There was only one good London, it's not the Canadian one.
Is it the English one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you country folks hated the Londoners or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, to get political on your ass, they did vote Remain, so they got that going for them. They're not all bad down there.
I remember that was a big reason why Washington D.C. was founded in the middle of nowhere, is because the founding fathers didn't want it to be like London or Paris. It was in the big center of the country where everyone goes, where everything is awesome, but it's surrounded by an impoverished hinterland. What?
Everything is awesome.
Yeah, everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is good if you play casual. But yeah, so that's why Washington D.C. is in the middle of nowhere, and I think that's pretty cool,
Oh, well, now you know. Well, now I know.
And then it's interesting that the UN is headquartered in New York, which is very much sort of the basically one of the capitals of, I don't know. So you think that by that logic, the UN would be headquartered in, say, Indiana. That'd be cool. Speaking of which, Indianapolis has one foreign consulate. Guess which it is?
Turkmenistan.
No.
I don't know.
Mexico.
Okay.
It's so cool, driving past it, you're just whoa, it's Mexico. It's I could go to Mexico without even leaving Indianapolis. It'd be great.
Great.
I want to come up with an excuse to visit the consulate, just so I can brag about visiting Mexico.
Shall we go on with some gaming releases, because that was kind of the biggest news of recent times. Let us begin with... Oh god, I've forgotten how to do this. Should we just go to the Steam releases, or does Giant Bomb have anything noteworthy on it? Because I didn't open the Giant Bomb page, and now I'm on the wrong page.
Blind His Blob, Castles, God Eater Resurrection, Fuel Moja, Rampage, Howard and Flash, Pharaonic, Prison Architect, Theradine.
Oh, Prison Architect is noteworthy.
No, that's the June releases. Never mind. We're looking at July. In July, we're currently the 11th.
Oh, sorry. Can we go back to last week? Because last week there was Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast on Android, iPhone, and iPad, and I want to know what the hell that is.
Okay.
It's based on Iron Maiden, as in the band. Iron Maiden mobile game starring their mascot Eddie is a combination of timing and turn-based combat as you make your way across hellish lands inspired by Iron Maiden album covers. Oh my god, I need to download that! Oh my god!
Oh, my Neil.
That look is probably awful. I fully expect this to be awful. I mean, Iron Maiden did a beer with their name on it a while back, and that was pretty bad as well. Okay.
What is Iron Maiden?
Oh my god, Tulkas, go to Spotify and just make a big playlist of Iron Maiden and go be cultured.
I've never actually visited the Spotify website.
Well, it is free to use and free to listen to music on it, so go do that. Iron Maiden are a British heavy metal band they were formed in the very late 70s and came to rise to significance during the 80s. And they're still around today, and they're still awesome today. And actually, to be fair, I actually haven't listened to their newest album yet, so that's something I need to do.
Are you familiar with a musical group known as The Proclaimers?
Oh, as in I would walk 500 miles.
Yeah, I would walk 500 chunks. Well, my uncle will be is currently applying to be their gardener.
Amazing! Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's really cool.
And they considered hiring him because they were impressed with the work that he did gardening the house next door. And when he was gardening in that house, apparently he got to listen to the Proclaimers practicing.
That's really cool.
There though. So if you didn't know, www.gardening.scot, I believe, is his website. So
is that actually his website? That's amazing.
Let me check.
Gardening.scot.
I'm not entirely sure if I should actually be saying this on camera or not, but yeah, gardening.scot is his it's his work in progress website.
Our digital marketing services, whether you okay.
Yeah, that's my uncle for you.
It mentions gardening, but it also mentions a lot about marketing. So yes, that is.
So
it's a marketing agency for gardeners, landscapers, and garden designers. So you can find gardeners through gardening.scot. So I guess he's listed on there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, no. This is his. This is because his whole stick is that because he is a gardener, he knows how to market gardeners.
Oh, okay.
So he does do gardening. This is his website.
All right then.
So, do you think this is a good idea to cut that bit out of the podcast? I'm not sure about I'm not sure about pimping my uncle's gardening service at the internet.
Well, I'll let you be the judge of that. You let me know if you want me to cut that out.
I guess it is an hour and a half into the podcast. Sure, leave it up there. If anyone lives in Edinburgh, then you have a new gardener and you can tell them what anywhere.
Oh, Chimera is a post-apocalyptic CRPG inspired by Fallout 1 and 2. It has a doggy with a weird gas masky, breathery, moddy face thing going on. I'm not sure what that is. Is it like a syringe? I don't know what it is. It is a isometric perspective CRPG looking thing that looks very Fallouty. There's wastelands. Who knew? I guess if you were looking for more Fallouts that are not the old schooly format, if you were looking for an old school Fallout, that is the thing. Kerbal Space Program is out. Have you heard of a game called Kerbal Space Program before?
Ooh, that's for the PS4, right?
Yeah, they're launching it on the PS4. I'm intrigued to see how that would work on a console. It doesn't seem like a game that would translate well to a console, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like if you had a really good UI, you could maybe make it work. But
I mean, I also wouldn't have thought Prison Architect would translate to consoles, and yet they have done it. They got a port team to do it up, and they added their own new stuff to it, and there's stuff in the console version that's not in the PC version now. So
I mean, what would be difficult would be porting Rome Total War to consoles.
Yeah. Any RTS-y type stuff on console just generally doesn't go down too well. Unless it's Halo Wars, because they're making Halo Wars 2, which should be great, because I love Halo Wars. Except they're going to put it on a format that I can't play, I bet. Is it going to be on... Oh, it'll be on Windows 10, won't it? Yeah.
Ew.
Anyway, Under Night in Birth is a weird name, which is Japanese, obviously. It's from the developers of Melty Blood, which is a weird name. It's Japanese, obviously. I think it's a fighting game. Yes, it's a fighting game about anime girls fighting each other for reasons that I'm sure are important. There are a lot of those kind of games. There is Seventh Dragon 3 code VFD, which also sounds Japanese as fuck. Which is
no VFD. That's like the village of foul devotees,
Maybe.
devotees, and the very There's I don't know. Never mind. Just go.
Make up what you will for that acronym. I don't know.
Well, no, that was like a thing. Are you familiar with the series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket?
I know of it.
Well, VFD was basically what the letters VFD stand for was the central mystery in that series.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's related. Maybe it ties into Lemony Snicket. I suspect it does not, but it might. It's a 3DS game. It is the third and advertises the last mainline entry in the Seventh Dragon series of RPGs by Sega. That is a 3DS RPG. Cool. Necropolis is a game I recall TB playing, actually. I remember that one. Yeah, I think. Is this the one I think it is? Yeah, it's kind of Soulsy. It's very stylized. I believe it's hard as balls. And every enemy drops a weapon and you can pick it up and use it against them, and they all handle very differently.
I would not have thought that balls would be considered hard.
I don't know. Maybe. Depends what kind of balls.
I question your analogy. I dispute your analogy.
Okay. Consider the analogy disputed. Song of the Deep is coming out, though, which is inspired by Irish folklore, which I like the sound of. There are no pictures or images or trailers or anything other than the title, but a 2D side-scrolling underwater adventure game from Insomniac for the Bone and PS4 and PC. Inspired by Irish folklore, apparently. Which sounds kind of cool. I want to see what that is. Video Ball is a competitive multiplayer game for up to 6 players, which Did I get sent a press copy of this at some point? The first 15 images in the gallery on Giant Bomb are all the logo in different colours. That appears to be some sort of local multiplayer-y thing. It is a video that has balls. And not that kind of video with balls.
That's beautiful. There's an orange logo, a green logo, and a slightly different colored orange logo. What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
That is weird. Tumblestone is apparently out on July 12th. Holy shit. As if that's out. What? I have seen Tumblestone exhibit at... I don't know how many PAXs, but I feel like it's a lot of PAXs. This thing has been in development for a long time, and given that it's just a cute, quirky, local multiplayer, possibly online multiplayer, I don't know, it might be online multiplayer, just a quirky, cute puzzle game, competitive puzzle game, kind of Tetris-y kind of thing, block colour matching type stuff. I don't feel like that should have taken as many years for them to develop as it has done. Although, with that said, it is literally on every platform. It is on Mac, it is on PS3, it is on PC, it is iPhone, iPad, Android, Windows Phone, 3DS, Wii U. It is playable in your browser, it is playable on PlayStation Network, Xbone, PS4, Linux, Ouya for crying out loud, and Amazon Fire TV. So maybe that's what took so long, porting it to literally everything that people don't play things on.
But it isn't the best game. It isn't the best game with the suffix of stone.
Well, no. That would be...
Hearthstone, say Hearthstone.
I was trying to think of something else that has stone in it. I can't think of anything now. There must be other things with stone in it. God damn it. My mind's gone blank.
Why would you think of that?
There was Stone Tales, and there's Fortune Summoner's Secret of the Elemental Stone, which unfortunately I can't say is good. That was actually pretty bad.
Oh, there's a Minecraft Order of the Stone.
I suppose.
You know what? If Hearthstone was a candy bar, it would be a penguin.
Very good. So Tumblestone, I feel like maybe they could have just saved some budget and time and not developed for Windows Phone and Ouya and browser, and probably wouldn't have lost too much money on it. And they could have gotten with making something else.
Browsers are fun. Why don't you like browsers?
Because I got a PC to play things on. I can just buy it on Steam if I want to play it. I don't want to play it in a friggin' browser. Salt Suit Lenos is a game originally released in the United States for the Genesis under the name Target Earth, and it's now on the PS4, apparently. They remade it, I guess. I never played it on the Mega Drive. I've never heard of it before, frankly. I feel like that's probably a fairly niche game. It looks kind of Metal Sluggy, I guess? This... God knows. Retro remake of things. Anarcute is about cute things that are anarchic, I guess. Oh, I've seen some screenshots of this. Cute Riot Simulator. I have no idea what particularly it is. Occasionally I see GIFs of it on Twitter, circulating on like screenshot Saturdays and stuff. I don't know what it's about, but it's a lot of cute things inciting riots, I guess. Sure. No idea what the premise is, but there you go. That's on PC and Bone. Tulkas, you like cute things, that's for you.
Yeah, a cute riot simulator, that's cool.
Ghostbusters is out.
Do you think I'm cute, Meroka?
No.
Okay.
Ghostbusters is based on the film, the new film, not the good film. I don't know if the new film's any good or not, actually, to be fair. I've not seen it. I know there are people who like it. I suspect those people are not the people... I suspect the people who like it are people who didn't see the originals and who are being advertised to as like a new audience.
I've never seen the originals.
The new kids. The kids who didn't go back and watch films from the 80s.
I've never seen the original.
Then you might like the new Ghostbusters. Who knows?
Yay!
There's Super Mutant Alien Assault, which is a 2D platforming shooter where the player controls a robot tasked with ridding a starship of mutants. It's for the PS4. It's already out on PC. I thought I already owned this game. I kind of do, I think. I don't kind of do, I actually do, I'm pretty sure. I've never played it, though. As is the way with so many games that I own. Obliteracers is a same-screen vehicular combat party game that supports up to 16 local players, inspired by Mashed! Hello! Those are words I like. Inspired by Mashed and Micro Machines. They're on PS4, PC, and Xbone. Hello. I'm going to need to buy that. Yeah, that kind of looks... okay, it doesn't look... No, it doesn't look very mashty. I can see the inspiration. I like that kind of thing. I guess it's one of those things that's going to be very difficult to sell on PC, what with the local multiplayer, so probably more of a console thing. Dex is out. There's a side-scrolling cyberpunk action stealth RPG funded through Kickstarter. I thought I'd heard the name somewhere. Inspired by classic cyberpunk novels. It lets players explore the hand-drawn city of Harbour Prime. And they planned a version for the Ouya, but they cancelled it. As one. Well, I could hardly blame them for making that decision. Gonna be honest.
I'm not sure what the Ouya is, but if you own a Ouya, then you can always play Tumblestone.
I do own an Ouya. It was the video game console that was funded on Kickstarter. It was based on Android, and it was supposed to be like, oh, it's going to be the indie platform. It's going to be so easy to develop for, and it's going to be great. And we're going to work with developers and promote it well. And they made a valiant effort early on, but they raised like... I don't know if it was like $4 or $8 million or something on Kickstarter. Compared to how much Nintendo spends on their console launches, and Microsoft spends on their console launches, and Sony spends on their console launches, that's not a lot of money for a console launch, and nobody ever heard of the Ouya. Very few people developed for the Ouya. Some people kind of made a kind of very early token effort, and it just was very much a flop. It was not a well-received console.
Oh,
It's a shame. A cute little box, tiny little thing. There's an entire console in there. It's like, this is kind of cool. I can just put that in my pocket and take my games console with me.
what have they got in its pockets?
Is it an Ouya? Could be.
My precious.
Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme Versus Force, or VS Force, not sure which that's supposed to be, it might be Versus Force, is robots punching each other and shooting each other and hitting each other and cutting each other and stuff. It's robots. It's Gundams. I presume people know if they like Gundams, this is Gundams.
Oh, but Gundam style.
Yeah, that's the one. Fru is a Kinect game, because that's still relevant in this day and age. They don't even sell it with the console anymore. They haven't marketed it in years. They're far too late to the party. Microsoft have abandoned that bit of hardware. Apparently the developers of Fru have perhaps maybe not so much, which is a shame. That's going to fail. Hard. Calling it now.
Masking the level with the shadow of the player's body, man. So what happens if you're fat?
I don't know. You get a different shadow.
Oh, so wait, so this is really just like a weight loss game.
It's just like, here's how fat you are. Look at how fat you are. You will be slimmer if you lose weight. Lose weight now.
All the pros will be severely anorexic.
Well, actually, surely, hang on, if you're supposed to use your body to do things, maybe there's an advantage to having a bigger body. Maybe it's convincing people to eat too much and become fat.
Whoa.
It's contributing to the obesity pandemic.
This is Kim Jong-un's chosen way of revenge. You know, Kim Jong-un the Americans have mocked Kim Jong-un for being fat for too long. And so the North Korean developers have developed Fru to unleash upon the American market. And of course, they thought that the Kinect was still Kinect is still being used in North Korea. They're a bit behind in the times of just a Soviet puppet state or whatever. But it's like, this is the North Korean secret intelligence agencies. Their efforts. Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Muv-Luv is out, which is a game that was funded on Kickstarter, I think. It is a visual novel. It is one of Japan's most highly acclaimed visual novels. This has been translated into English professionally and properly. And to answer the all-important question that inevitably comes up on the Steam community forums, does she get naked? Yes, she does get naked. Just in case you're wondering. There are H scenes, I believe, is the technical term for it. Yeah.
Girls.
Nudies. Adult content is not present in the 360 and PS3 versions. So, if you want porn, play it on PC is the moral there. Adrift is a space-based first-person puzzle game revolving around an astronaut trying to repair a heavily damaged space station orbiting the Earth. Which sounds... Is that already out on PC? Yeah, I think that's already out on PC for a little while. It is out on PS4 now. Monster Hunter Generations is out on 3DS, which I thought was already out, actually. Kind of is. I don't know what this is. It says 3DS and 3DS eShop, but it also says it was already out on... Those are the only two formats that already said it was out, and it came out in November last year. And I thought it was released in Japan. Okay. Then I don't know which Monster Hunter everybody was banging on about. I know Monster Hunter is well loved. And it sounds like the sort of thing I would actually enjoy if I had a console that would play it. I don't have any Nintendo handhelds recently, so meh. Whatever. Hunting monsters. Let's do Steam. Let's burn through Steam reasonably quick-ishly.
Thank you.
Push the Crate. What's this game about, Tulkas? Is it about pushing crates?
Yes. Push the Crate is a 3D transport puzzle game with 100 level.
100 level, you say? Tell me about the 100 level.
The 100 level. It's a very long level that is 100.
This looks dismal. Oh my god! You don't... Tulkas! Are you watching the trailer? You don't even push the crate! They haven't even animated the crate pushing!
play this game.
I don't want to play this game. Oh, the official trailer on the Steam page also says vote now on Steam Greenlight still. Who voted for this on Steam Greenlight, by the way? There's not a compelling sales pitch. The game is called Push the Crate and there is no crate pushing. What, how did you screw that up? Playing like a monk and he just walks into a crate and the crates just teleport away from him when he walks into them.
It took a year, but we finally managed to find a game worse than Hercules. Oh my fucking real this game. You take the most boring concept imaginable, and then you don't even manage to implement it. No, Meroka, we need to play this game, okay? This is something that needs to happen. We need to play this game, okay? Next Sunday, we're going to play this game.
I'm away next Sunday.
Next Saturday.
I'm away next Saturday.
Next Friday.
Maybe.
Okay, good. I will poke you and annoy you until you play this game with me. We'll make
it is hilariously bad.
Hashtag Team Suicide. First insights. Push the crate. Oh my fucking you. I'm dead. I'm done. I'm done with life.
That's it. We can't find any worse games than that. It's finished.
The Button Mash podcast has fulfilled its purpose. And now, never record another Mash podcast. We have met our goal.
Perfect. Nailed it.
It's about the destination, not the journey.
What a destination, and what a journey.
You're funny, man. Oh. Press the crate of the 3D transport puzzle game with 100 level. The game for a new generation.
The game where you don't even push the crate. Breakthrough Artificial Maze is just 10 out of 10 by comparison, frankly. We have set the bar so very, very low today. I don't think this is a lot better, though. Oh my god. Oh, what? The description of this game! Oh my god! Okay. This is a 3D maze adventure puzzle game with a unique story and gameplay elements. Players can choose control the protagonist by switching the soul freely between 3 unique characters: human, dog, or chicken. Maybe an eagle is not yet clear. Chicken, eagle, who knows?
I think I don't know how to go on.
Can we just appreciate the game developer that doesn't know whether they designed a chicken or an eagle?
Oh
god, the animations are the same as Push the Crate. This is a really bad week.
Maybe it's the
The dog just levitates in the air when it jumps. This is a spectacular week for gaming. It really is. Oh god.
No, this is what we can do. We can try to figure out whether Breakthrough Artificial Maze, I think we can compare and contrast Breakthrough Artificial Maze and Push the Crate, man. Or no, we can have we can launch a maze series, man. We can launch a series. It can be like, whoa.
I think Jim Sterling already does that, though.
Do I have to keep recording this podcast? I can't. I'm dying, really. I'm dying.
I feel like we have an obligation to do so.
This bedroom is so hot. and I laughed so hard. I don't know how to raise my head and look at the computer anymore. That dog's falling animation is just too much for me.
We have Militant, which is militant ants, surprisingly enough. It's 2.5D shooter. I don't know how... okay. Right, I see how that works. Is platforming and shooting with ants, which is all you ever wanted out of life. It is infinitely better than both Push the Crate and Breakthrough Artificial Maze.
While this is true, I feel like Militant is a really cool name for a really bad game.
Yeah, but props for the play on words. I dig that.
Cool name, though. Cool name. Got that going for it.
Yeah. The next game on the list...
It's a better name than Push the Crate!
Well, you don't push a crate. Yeah. The next game on the list that's not early access and that we haven't already looked at is Hero, which is a indie 2D platformer with a pretty abysmal art style. There are better looking and probably better playing 2D platformers out there, I think, than this. Tank Battle North Africa is tank hex-based strategy in North Africa. The British Commonwealth and the US forces taking on the Germans in the North African theatre. Thrilling, no?
Wait, you mean that I have to team up with the Easterlings?
Apparently so. I believe historically that happened at some stage.
But I hate our colonial oppressors. They burned down the White House. I hate them.
We have Toys of War, which is early access, so never mind. We have Beat Ninja, which is some VR thing about making music as a ninja. Obviously. Why wouldn't you? You just, I guess you hit notes with your katana to make noise, I guess is what that is. Sure. Ragdoll Runners is fucking QWOP, I think. It's a physics-based track and field game where you control independently the two legs of an athlete. It's QWOP! They just stole QWOP!
Yeah.
They literally stole QWOP. I actually stole QWOP, reskinned it, and added a competitive multiplayer mode. What the shit? That's super infringy.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think it controls exactly the same as QWOP, but they're very, very much channeling QWOP. I think it's controlled with like 3 buttons instead of 4, somehow. But
because it's like QWOP, only worse.
Yeah. Great. What the shit? Steam!
I must
Curate, please!
I think that something happened during the 3 months that we were away. That something was just very, very traumatic.
Yeah, I guess. Gravity Cat is a indie platformer about a cat who has the ability to change the direction of gravity. Which is cute, but ultimately not even an original sentiment or mechanic that has been done. There was actually, to be fair, there was a game I played at PAX that the name eludes me now. I can't remember. I have to look at what the heck that was now. That I think it was on iPad only, actually, which was a shame because it was
game mode. The first mode, you're able to change the gravity only after touching the surface. And the second mode, you're always able to change the gravity. Whoa!
Wow. Yeah, whatever the hell that thing was that I played at PAX was way better.
Hey. There's one key feature, though. It says that it has, quote, more than 100 levels.
Damn, that's more than Push the Crate!
Yeah, I mean, Push the Crate only had 100 levels.
I know. The cat is pretty cute, though, so it's got that going on. You're not going to get over that one anytime soon, are you?
Push the fucking crate.
Right, we've got... What else have we got? We have got Crush Your Enemies is a real-time strategy game, apparently. Which looks really kind of basic. It was a shame, because the artwork for the game's sort of the title image on Steam has got this really cool cartoony art style going on. It's like, huh, okay, that's kind of cool looking. But then in-game, it's this low-res 16-bit-ish kind of thing going on.
The dwarf looks like a honeydew.
It actually kind of does, yeah. Yeah, I see that. I do see that. Daily Chthonicle is early access, but I will mention it because I got a review copy of it earlier this week and did play it, which is a game about managing your own detective agency. No, not a detective. Yeah, it's a news agency. You're trying to write the Daily Chthonicle. You're writing a newspaper, and you send reporters out into the field to investigate things, so it kind of plays out like a detective agency. So they're going out and they are trying to investigate the weird occult goings-on that are happening around the town, and ultimately, if they can get to the bottom of it, you can write a news story about it, and you can write a newspaper and you can get paid. Which is weird. I think it's an old free browser thingy that they've kind of ported to PC. The interface is disastrously bad, which is a shame because as a concept the game is actually a really interesting idea. It's just like, I just wish this played better than it did. It's fucking impossible to figure out what you're doing or what you're interacting with or how you're navigating things, and it's like, it takes a lot of figuring out just to get to the bottom of how to even play the bloody game. It's a shame because, yeah, the whole, yes, we're investigating Cthulhu is pretty cool. Grand Pigeon's Duty? We have not covered this game before, and yet, actually, I've heard this pop up on the Co-optional podcast a couple times, as they talked about it in the same way that we talked about Reverse Side for like 6 months. Which is supposed to be a game that was supposedly coming out soon, and it was forever, eternally coming out soon, and never actually released, so whatever the hell this is. Pigeons organize resistance, aiming to attract people's attention to the problem of hunger and restore bakery companies for their bait. I don't know what I'm looking at.
This reminds me of the book, Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus.
I'm not familiar with that book. It sounds like good advice, though.
It's a children's book.
Okay, then. The House of Snark 6-in-1 bundle. Sorry, did you have something else to say on pigeons?
6-in-1 bundle, whoa!
It's all hidden object games, I think. I'm pretty sure. It looks very hidden object-y gamey. Includes 3 collector's editions and 3 steampunk games. Snarkbusters, welcome to the club. Snarkbusters, High Society Snarkbusters, all revved up. House of 1,000 Doors Family Secrets Collector's Edition, and House of 1,000 Doors Palm of Zoroaster Collector's Edition.
You are fond of steampunk.
I am fond of steampunk, and I am very snarky, so seems like it's my kind of thing. But it is a hidden object game.
Okay, so Push the Crate, the other Maisie game, the Kitten game, and House of Snark 6-in-1 bundle. You can only buy one. Which one do you buy?
Actually, probably House of Snark.
Okay.
For all that it's not a particularly great game format, hidden object games are mildly diverting. I will give them that. There is a modicum of entertainment to be found in hidden object games. I don't think the above is true of any of the other titles on the list.
Hey! Hours upon hours of crate pushing fun.
Oh, yeah.
And on that day, a new meme was born.
Ducky Dash! Setting a new precedent for quality here. Is a casual racing game that can be played solo or with 4-player split-screen race rubber duckies, with features like jet streams, geysers, and more. It has all the animation quality of the Maze game. Although I don't know what you expected in animation from a rubber duck, but hey.
This doesn't look that bad, really. I mean, the graphics are terrible, but sort of it feels like the sort of thing where, you know, like if you're a little kid and you don't really care about graphics, as most little kids don't, it could be a nice, you know, relaxing kind of thing.
I think if you want to get your kid to play a kart racing game, which is what this is, let's be honest, there are a squillion infinitely better ones on the market, though.
Yeah, but...
Give them frigging Mario Kart.
Yeah, but...
Diddy Kong Racing! It had hovercraft, which worked like a rubber duck. Make your child play Diddy Kong Racing. It will enlighten them, I assure you. Rabbit Island. Oh, boy, what the hell is this? It is a trip to little islands of jolly forms.
We invite you to join a trip to little islands of jolly forms. We will be thankful to you, the great strategist, if you help us get rid of rabbits.
It's tower defense, is what that is. And it doesn't look like it's an interesting tower defense. It looks like it is just tower defense.
Yeah.
Clocky is a very, very minimalistic puzzle game. Very minimalistic. It involves moving things to connect lines so that the lines are connected and puzzles are completed. And stuff's fair enough.
A good snowman is hard to build.
It is a pretty good puzzle game, actually, yeah. Cosmic Cavern. I should stop reading these names out before I've opened the pages because they might be early access. Cosmic Cavern is not early access. However, it does look like it was made in the late 80s.
If I could make...
No, not even that. No, it was earlier than that. Cosmic Cavern was published in July 1980. Okay.
Great. If I could make one suggestion for the future of the Button Mash podcast,
oh yes,
that you like go through Steam beforehand.
I used to do that.
So like we don't have to discuss the push the crates of the world. As much as I love
I'm sorry. I am sorry. You loved Push the Crate. Would you really, really wish that I had left Push the Crate off the list this week?
Well,
your life would be lesser if I hadn't left Push the Crate.
Maybe like the kiddie game and the other puzzle maybe game, you know.
Well,
like,
maybe we can maybe we can skim over them. Maybe we can skim over the things that don't need any great depth. Soviet Monsters Ekranoplans, though, is clearly worthy of discussion because, holy shit, I've had my eye on this for a while because Ekranoplans are just such insanely stupid machines that I would really love to see what the hell an Ekranoplan simulator actually has to offer. Because they are just... They shouldn't exist. They shouldn't work. The Soviets had some insane engineers. Can I say that much? Holy shit. Have you ever looked at what Ekranoplans are? Go onto Wikipedia, look up Ekranoplans.
Okay, I'll do that.
Because holy shit, it will blow your mind. Also, you, Tulkas, you specifically, you would love Ekranoplans, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, I'm looking, okay. Ground effect vehicle. Ground effect vehicle, a GEV is a vehicle that is designed to retain sustained flight over a level surface we usually over the sea by making use of ground effects and aerodynamic interaction between the wing and the surface.
I mean, you have to read it now.
Yes, I do. So the history, let's see. The history is, the U.S. National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics issued Technical Memorandum 771, Ground Effect of the Takeoff and Landing of Airplanes, which is the translation into English of a summary of research on that point in the subject. The French author, Maurice Lesueur, had added a suggestion based on this phenomenon. May I stop reading it now?
You can. I would advise you actually do look into them at some point because I feel like it's something you would actually find interesting.
Okay, so what are they? What are they?
They are giant. They are giant Soviet kind of. They're very, very. They look a lot like planes, and I guess some of the mechanics that they use. I really don't know the specifics of how the engineering works, but they use some weird arcane part of aerodynamics and aircraft to get them off the ground, and they were just used. I guess they were Cold War era. Were they? I can't remember what era they were. I think they were Cold War era sort of things that the Soviets ran around, and they just mounted ridiculously big guns on them and stuff, and they were just insane beasts of machines intended for military use that the Soviets invented, which I feel like is kind of probably up your alley to some extent.
And so why have I never heard of it?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I guess that happened. Also,
Yeah.
you should include in like the beginning of the podcast, like before I do the intro theme tune, you should include a sneak peek of our commentary over Push the Crate. That'd be cool.
Maybe.
Since most of the viewers will have trailed off at that point, Okay, good.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm just going through and filtering out all the early access things. Crime Secrets Crimson Lily is a hidden object game. Quelzen is a puzzle game, which involves moving blobs of water around grids. It's a sliding block puzzle is what that is. You slide the things around and it stops when it hits a thing. Okay.
It features over 200 beautifully crafted challenges. That's more than 100 level.
It is. It is more than 100 level. Domain defense is a tower defense that looks like a tower defense. Whether it does anything interesting okay, it's kind of got a 4-player competitive tower defense thing going on. Okay. I guess that's something interesting, I guess.
I mean, relative to the other games we've seen this week, this game is like a fucking Liam Neeson.
Well, yeah. Carrying on the tower defense, Infinium Strike is a starship tower defense where you are the weapons officer on the battle carrier Freedom Strike. This is this looks nothing like a tower defense, I'm going to be honest. This is an interesting take on tower defense, if nothing else.
Well, at least the battle carrier was named after my country, which is cool.
Uh-huh. The trailer showed nothing. The trailer told me nothing, but it does look very pretty. It looks like if Star Trek was tower defense, I guess. Exile is a sequel that isn't afraid to be different. It is the follow-up to Trizeal. It's a vertical scrolling shmup. It genuinely doesn't look like it does. I don't know what it is. Choose between multiple ships and specialize in each one's weapon system. Will you focus on shooting, shot charging, or close range attacks? In Exile, it's your choice. That is not original in a shmuppy market whatsoever. I can tell you that much. Also, I think shmup? Is it shmup? What the hell is... I think it's shmup, yes. Witchbot Meglilo? Witchbot Meglilo is a very minimalistic, cartoony, anime-ish, bullet hell as shit shmup. Also looking... Some of the bullet hell bits... those don't look like there is any way out of those. That looks like that is punishing as shit. Bird of Light is a platformer that looks pretty poor, to be honest. And Ghost Sweeper is a 2D platformer. And that is as many things as I opened tabs of. There's Don't Drop the Bass, which is not the bass, it is the bass specifically. Which is early access, but the name caught my eye because it's about not dropping fish, which is entertaining. This is probably YouTuber bait as fuck, right?
If I was a fish, what species of fish would I be?
Definitely a bass, but people would have to try not to drop you.
Would you drop me, Meroka?
No, maybe. I mean, if I was a dead mouse, I might drop the bass.
Would you drop me onto land or water?
Depends what was most convenient.
Okay, good. I'm glad you
RimWorld is apparently out this week. I guess the certain Blitzkrieg Slur might be able to tell you a thing or two about that one.
Yes, our beloved friend. Our collaborator buddy, our fellow Strangelander Blitzkriegslayer.
That hasn't been seen in many a moon, to be honest. He hasn't been seen since we quit using Skype, frankly.
Yeah, I'm still subscribed to him. I actually, just last week I finished watching his series. So that was cool.
Actually, no, I tell you what, I do hear from him occasionally. I always get a cat picture from him in my email every time a game developer forgets to BCC everybody in an email thread instead of CC. Instead of BC, every time they CC instead of BCCing, so that BCC blind carbon copy if they're sending a press release or something. We know you don't get a big email list of like sending it to like 200 people. Whereas if you BCC it, nobody knows who's on it. If you CC it, everybody knows who's on the list, and you can hit reply all and just send an email to 200 people.
And Blitz does that.
And he's not the only one who does that. It's kind of become a thing because devs do that so often at this point. So many indie devs just kind of like just spam 200 people blindly and don't do it very well that every time they do it, everybody just sends everybody else on the thread cat pictures and stuff.
Wonder if you could try to get a reviewed copy of Push the Crate.
I would have to review it then, though. I feel disastrously bad if I ask for a review copy of something and don't actually review it. If someone sends me a copy of something that I didn't even ask for, like, I won't feel terribly bad about not covering it. But if I ask for something and then they send me it, I'm like, there's an obligation here.
If they gave me a review copy of Push the Crate, then I would.
Well, ask for one.
I'm not a big channel. I'm a little channel.
That doesn't matter. Do you really think Push the Crate is aiming for Blitzkriegsler as their audience here?
No, Push the Crate, they have standards, man. they don't care about your negativity.
They're aiming for go big or go home. Push the Crate is got to be like PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he totally would cover that. I can see PewDiePie covering Push the Crate.
Well, that's why we, hashtag King Suicide covers.
We should jump on the bandwagon before PewDiePie does. Yeah.
PewDiePie covers it.
Yeah. And then we get PewDiePie's audience. Oh, actually, maybe I won't. No.
And then I can move. No. That was the life cycle. Remember? Then you get 1 million off his subs. Then I mooch like 500,000 of them from you. And then they see about my content sucks, and they all unsubscribe from us. And then the life cycle continues.
Sounds like a plan. Finally, Adventure Apes and the Mayan Mystery looks a lot like a game, actually weirdly reminiscent in some strange ways, mainly the monkey that shoots things underwater. A game that was on the Mega Drive called Toki, but I don't think it is any way, shape or form similar other than just it has a monkey. It's a side-scrolling platformy shootery thingy with a monkey. The monkey has a gun, because they've been watching too much Eddie Izzard, I guess. Yeah. Monkey with a gun. That'll do it for today. That's all the things. Push the crate, Tulkas. Push the crate.
I'm not. I think I'm just going to go and sleep for a week. I don't know.
Why would you do that? Would you not go away and push the crate? Do you not want to go push the crate?
I need to stay up all night in a hot anticipation of the crate pushing action coming our way. I'm Tulkas Valiant. I have Dragon Rage. There's a release date for you. Look at that.
Where am I looking for Dragon Rage?
Above Rimworld.
Wow, that is a release date. Jesus Christ, Steam, get your shit together. The official release date that fits in the release date box, number, month, year, says, coming soon, I'm just coding in Steam achievements, something, good to go, wishlist so you don't miss the launch discount. You can't even read half the text because it goes behind the bloody Steam interface.
Cloud data, etc., then it's good to go.
Oh, right. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's...
Steam, clean up your shit.
Lol. Dragon Rage, everybody. Anyway, I've been Tulkas. YouTube.com/TulkasValiant. At Tulkas9432, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even remember any of these. It's been too long, man. What have I forgotten, Meroka? Help me. You have to help me.
I don't. You did the Twitters. You did the YouTubes. Did you do the YouTubes?
Yes, I did the YouTubes.
Do you do any other things?
That's like it, isn't it? I guess.
Did you ever make Tulkas the audiobook YouTube channel?
No.
Well, that should be a thing.
There's I guess the Total War forums. I'm talking about on the Total War forums if you want to hit me up on there.
Right. And Button Mash has all the doobly-doos in the description, so...
Okay, let's go push some crates, shall we?
Let's go push some crates.
Moi moi!
Bye.